एक अजय अजय अनिल जी
Well, the United States has over 3 million Indian Americans that can actually vote in the elections. If I am going to be the president of the United States and represent my people are Indian Americans, which means I need to go back and see where they come from and see what they are all about. That's why I am here. I have been doing a world tour. We've been in China. We have been in Paris, France. Now we are here in India, and I will say this: I love this city. The city is great. The friendliness of everyone is amazing, and very happy to be here.
Congratulations. And what are your plans? In fact, how are you planning yourself in India? Like, who are you meeting actually, and how are you going along with your campaign actually? Come for a
Well,
go on.
like I said, I know that everybody here in India has friends and family that live in the United States, and so I'm hoping that they're going to spread that word back to all of their friends and family that live in my home country, so that come 2020, when the election rolls around, not only will I be the Democratic Party's nominee for president, but I'll end up winning the White House.
Uh, what would be you would be working on thing actually? You will be having some plans like okay, there are some issues what you're going to deal maybe on a the country level or maybe on the total world level, national level.
Well, I will say this: we want to make our partnership. Under my administration, we want our partnership with India to be much stronger than it is today. India is the second largest nation in the world, but is the largest democracy. In fact, the United States and India are the two largest democracies in the entire world. So we need to forge a very strong partnership. I've been speaking with some friends just a few minutes ago, as a matter of fact, about how we can take our two countries and truly work on making our not only our countries but the entire planet energy independent, as far as renewable energy, when it comes to solar, when it comes to wind, when it comes to harnessing the waves of the ocean, because we only have one planet, okay? And global warming is true. For those of you that wonder if it's true or not, I venture to say all you needed to do is look at the United States the past couple of weeks with Hurricane Irma and Hurricane Harvey, because literally millions of people lost their homes and completely devastated because of it. If you look at the storms today versus the storms 20 years ago, they're way more intense now because of global warming. So we want to reverse those effects, and the only way that we can do it is if we all come together and say enough is enough when it comes to having to rely so much on fossil fuels. So we've got the technology to do it. I believe that India and the United States could forge a great partnership in not only making sure that our two countries are renewable energy independent, but that the entire world is moving in that direction too. I will also say this, that on my first week in office as President of the United States, I will also be putting the United States back into the Paris Climate Agreement, because that, again, is the direction that we need to go to. We only have one planet, ladies and gentlemen, one planet. There is no planet B that we can move to. So we've got to make sure that we take care of this one so that our children and our grandchildren will have a place to live.
Sir, is this your first visit to India, and how much you are influenced or impressed by the Indian culture?
This is my very first time in India, and I am very much impressed. I very much appreciate this opportunity to be able to not only meet the people, but to learn about the culture. Yesterday I was able to meet with the Jain community, and they really touched my heart to see how the Guruji, how he lives his life day in and day out, and it's just truly an honor.
And sir, your views on America versus North Korea, because every day we see on the news channels something is happening, and it's on the verge of something going to explode. Your views?
My views are as follows. As the future president of the United States, my first goal is to make sure that the people of the United States remain safe at all times. And whenever a foreign country comes in and they threaten you with war or threaten you with a bomb, that is the first act of war. But I will say this, I take the same approach that the current Secretary of State Tillerson takes, which is diplomacy. War is an option, but it should be the absolute last option. I believe in peace. I would like to see world peace. But the only way that that will ever happen is if you've got a strong leader that is going to move in that direction. A lot of people make a lot of money when it comes to war. But we've got to make a lot of money in saving this planet at this point. But I do believe that diplomacy is the best answer for any sort of conflict so that we can de-escalate the tensions that are there.
Captain Avinash, what have you to say if Robby is over here, and how would you be lending your support to him and whatever way you can?
Yeah, I mean, it's been first an honor to have him here, at Off the Grid. And as you could see, the name itself, Off the Grid, is working on the same concept what he's talking actually. It's on the same concept of renewable energies, saving the environment and the earth. I'm a strong believer of the democracy rather. So I would really agree what he's saying actually. So big supporter of him.
So what is your view about the nightlife in Mumbai? You have been visiting all over the place and
My view of Mumbai is...
nightlife.
Oh, yeah.
This is a club actually.
Well, I tell you what, the nightlife seems to be great. I've met a lot of people here, and everybody has been so nice and gracious and kind, including the owners of this club that have let us come in this evening. Truly a beautiful people here in India and Mumbai, and an honor to be here.
Satish, what have you to say? Satish, you are with Ronwell, you are representing him in fact in India. What's your role and how are you planning actually?
Actually, I'm the international ambassador, not only for India, for all the other countries. So we are actually traveling all the other countries. Within 6 months, we should be traveling 20 countries. And then we would be going straight for the campaign plan which has happened in the United States, where we would be directly dealing with the voters and everything. So there's a huge plan, huge campaign, and huge all this thing happening together. Sir, since you're from America, America is being hit by cyclones and
Yes.
on and off one. And is it because of global warming?
I do believe that it is because of global warming. In fact, if you look at the storms just 20 years ago, let's take Hurricane Andrew, for instance, and I made this statement just a few weeks ago. Hurricane Andrew did a lot of damage to South Florida 20 years ago. But if you look at Hurricane Harvey and Hurricane Irma, they were at least 10 times the size and 10 times the strength. We've got a problem, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to global warming. If you take 100 scientists and you ask them about global warming, 99 of them, possibly 100 of them, are going to tell you it's real. Now, if they're telling you it's real and I'm not a scientist, I'm going to listen to the scientist. It's about like if you go to a doctor. If you go to a doctor and he says, you've got problems, you need to quit smoking or you're going to die from a heart attack. You say, well, I don't appreciate that, so I'm going to go on and I'm going to find another doctor that'll tell me something different. And you go through 100 doctors and 99 of them tell you that you need to quit smoking. But you get to that last doctor and he says, oh, go ahead and smoke. Well, you go ahead and smoke and you die. You need to listen to the vast majority of the scientists that are out here. And they're all saying that global warming is real. And if we don't make some changes and make them now, there is not going to be an environment like we have just 20 years from now. We've got to save this planet. There is no planet B that we can go to.
Yeah, but my last question, Bollywood and Hollywood, as you can say, like, the Americans are also very fond of movies, Indian. how do you see, because Bollywood is also, it builds a bridge between two countries.
Right.
Any Bollywood actors you know, or if you've seen any film, or how are you going to establish yourself through Bollywood also? Because lots of Bollywood channels also.
Satish. No, I will say this. I am a big fan of anyone that wants to get in front of the screen, and I'm looking forward to meeting the people from Bollywood. I'm just now being introduced to that. But of course, Hollywood over in Los Angeles, California, I've had the opportunity to meet some people there as well. So I'm really excited about this opportunity.
Name the few things which Indian culture has impressed you.
Yeah.
Well, the Jain community has really impressed me, especially Guruji. He lives a very simple life, but he lives a very dedicated life with what he's doing. That's been most memorable for me on this trip.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All the best.
Robby sir, hi.
They're going to be off limits to these psychopaths.
Thank you.
Thank you.
एक footage ये लेते हैं.